The word of the day is masquerade, which can refer to a social gathering or ball where guests wear elaborate masks and costumes. More broadly, it means adopting a false outward show, wearing a disguise, or pretending to be someone or something that you are not. What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. Why am I saying this? Because we're about to check out this Masquerade, the 2000 remaster, but originally from 1976 by George Benson, which I reacted to a few days ago for the first time ever, and it was the song Being With You. That was all instrumentation, like a jazz fusion type of track, but I do understand that he is a singer, so maybe we'll get to hear some of it here. And Brad says, by the way, shout out to Brad, thank you for the coffee and the support. He says, George is probably the last of the major artists who still used scat. Well, him and Tom Waits. Interesting. I have reacted to Tom Waits several times before. I'll have I was going to say a playlist at the end, but yeah, the playlist that I put at the end is decades. I don't divide them by artists here because I guess the theme is like decades for the channel, but yeah, I got stuck by like my main channel that I put the playlist at the end. But yeah, let's get into it. I am excited to hear this. Hopefully it is just as soothing as the previous track that I reacted to from George. So let's get started. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have reaction requests, please go to my Ko-fi page or Patreon. It helps out a lot. Grab some popcorn, fill up your water, put your headphones on, and let's go. Breezin'. Okay, I'm assuming that was the album.
Are we really happy here with this lonely game we play? Looking for words to say, searching but not finding understanding anywhere. Lost in a masquerade, both afraid to say we're just too far away from being close together from the start. We tried to talk it over, but the words got in the way. We're lost inside this lonely game we play. Hearts are weeping, disappear every time I see your eyes. No matter how hard I try to understand the reasons that we carry on this way. lost in a masquerade. Whoa, do, 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 do,
Scat going with the notes. Piano though.
We're both afraid to say we're just too far away from being close together from the start. We tried to talk it over, but the words got in the way. We're lost inside this lonely game we play. Thoughts so weeping disappear every time I see your face. No matter how hard I try to understand the reasons why we carry on this way. We're lost in a masquerade. Oh, in a masquerade.
The slow fade out. All right, let's break it down. I tried to do a remix there, but I don't know how successful I was. First things first, we hit the like. I am subscribed, and I'll have a link of the original video down in the description below. His voice, very warm, very soothing indeed. It reminds me a bit of Stevie Wonder if he had like a deeper voice, right? It was a little bit more like warmer, lower, cozy. I don't know how else to describe it, but a nice tone that you could listen to while you drink some wine by the chimney. And speaking of fancy, I was picturing like a scene from a James Bond movie, right? Maybe if like Mr. 007 himself was on a date with a very exquisite woman, and they were having this dinner, and you know, suit, tux and everything, and it's kind of like that face to face, because at one point he mentioned that it's like looking into your eyes. And so I thought about that connection that you would have, right, with someone else. We're both playing this game and kind of getting lost in the world that they've created. It's that bubble where time and space becomes obsolete, and you're just thinking about, you know, the person in front of you. And so everything else around, it was like blurry. And anyway, that's the scene that I was picturing, just like a James Bond having dinner. The scatting, whatever happened to this lost art form or musical form, have never, or not never, but haven't heard scatting in a very long time. I'm trying to think of recent songs, and really, unless it's like a meme or something that's supposed to be sarcasm or comedy, I have not heard scatting in a song since probably that one song from the late 90s by the scat man himself. I don't know what it's called, but I guess I'll try to do it. It goes like da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. I'm the scat man. It's an EDM song, very popular, blew up in the 1990s. Let me know if you're familiar with the song, but I recommend you check it out. So that was in the 90s. This was back in 1976. So this guy is part of the original crew of scatting, although I'm assuming it goes even further back, right? Probably something that how did scatting start? Maybe I'll look into it. But he was doing that, and it sounded almost like harmonizing with the guitar, right? He was scatting while the guitar was playing, and he was like trying to replicate the notes with the scatting, which, by the way, it's a lot harder than it seems. Go ahead, try to scat wherever you are at home. Scat away and see how you do, because from my attempts, it is a lot more difficult somehow. But so there's a scatting, there's his voice here, which is very nice. It goes along with this elegant music, and I'm liking this style. You know, I guess I wasn't expecting it, but with this channel, you never know what you're going to get, right? This is a classic, you could consider it, back from the 1970s. And it's cool that we jump around from so many different artists. You know, we can check out Benson, George Benson. We can check out Frank Zappa. We can go back to the Beatles. We can, you know, the Carpenters. It's all good music, and I'm here to learn more about it. So if you guys have suggestions, please comment down below. You know what? I'm going to look up here on Google scatting origin. Does anyone know? Anyone out there? Scatting originated in early 20th century American jazz, popularized globally when Louis Armstrong famously, Louis? Is it Louis or Louis? Louis Armstrong? I have heard the name. I think he plays the trumpet. Famously improvised nonsense syllables on the 1926 recording of Heebie Jeebies after dropping his sheet music. Wow! Completely improvised. So this man just started something out of an accident. That's insane. That is That legendary. New Orleans jazz, or New Orleans, or as somebody once commented, New Orly, rooted in early African American musical traditions and instrumental emulation and instrumental mimicry, designed to make the human voice sound like horns, trumpets, and saxophones. In this case, with George here, I think he was trying to sound like the guitar, kind of, because I don't hear him trying to sound like any other type of instrument or something like that. And the folk presidents echoes earlier ragtime vocal practices and West African rhythmic syllable traditions. So there's a lot going on with the origin of scatting, but I'm surprised that it was kind of lost. It went away, never to return. Maybe we can single-handedly bring it back with this channel. If somebody out there is making music, take the ideas and run with them. But yeah, nice to learn about this. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will be here checking out more music, so don't go anywhere. Please subscribe, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.